All right, so in this video, I'm going to go back and look at the how to solve an equation by factoring, but it's where the leading term is not a 1. All right, it's been a while, probably, maybe. Anyway, I made this video using the AC method, which is terrible, so I'm going to go back and do it the kind of the old school way. All right, so it starts with a 2x squared, so I know that the factored form has to be a 2x and an x equals 0, I guess. And then these numbers right here and here, these are going to have to multiply to give us 15. So it's either a 1 and 15 or a 3 and a 5. It's probably a 3 and a 5. Let me try the 3 here and the 5 there. Oh yeah, by the way, it's the same signs because it's a plus 15 and they're both positive. So I'll do plus plus. All right, let me try this out here. 2x and 5, that would make a 10x. And then in the middle, we got 3x. And that does give us the 13x that we were looking for. So this is the right combination. If it, I'll just, for the sake of argument, let me show you the wrong one. Let's say I had put the 5 here and the 3 here. If we were multiplying this out, the 2x and the 3 would give us a 6x. And in the middle, we would get a 5x. That would add up to 11x and not 13x. All right? Let's go back and fill in the right numbers here. Oh, gosh. All right. I'll put my 3 here and my 5 there. All right, so now that it's in factored form, I'm going to take each of these factors, so like that x plus 5, and I'll set that equal to 0. And the 2x plus 3, I'll set that equal to 0. The one on the left, that one's easy. You just move the 5 to the other side, and you get negative 5. For this equation, I'm going to minus 3 from both sides. 2x equals negative 3, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So x equals negative 1.5, or as a fraction, it'd be that. All right, let's do another one. All right, for this one, so the leading term is a negative, so I know I'm going to be factoring out a negative here. If we look, they also are all divisible by 2, 6, 26, and 8. So what I could do is I could factor out a negative 2, and it would look like this. It would be 3x squared. I would change the sign on my 26, make it a 13x, and I would change the sign on my 8 and make it a 4. I could do it like this. And if we were purely factoring, if this was a factoring problem, I would have to do this because I'm trying to preserve the expressions, and I would have to keep that negative 2 out there. But when you're solving equations, you don't have to do that. All right, what you can do is just divide this side of the equation by negative 2 and that side of the equation by negative 2. All right. It's still going to come out to the same sort of stuff, but you're not having to worry about that negative 2 anymore. All right, so my negative 6x squared just becomes 3x squared. My 26x just becomes a 13x negative, and it becomes plus 4. And then on the right side, because it's equal to 0, 0 divided by negative 2 is still 0. How do you like that? Okay, let's go. Factoring here into 2 binomials. I'm going to try anyway. It does factor. I know it does. I made this problem. It's got to be a 3x and an x. So here's my options. Actually, let me see here. It's same signs, and they are both negative. So it could be, in order to multiply to get 4, it could be a 2 and a 2. I'm going to try that first just because, the order doesn't matter. Let me try that first. So 3x times 2, this 2 over here, would be a negative 6x, and then you'd get a negative 2x in the middle, but that does not give us 13 in the middle. So that's not the right answer. All right, so it's not 2 and 2. Let's see here. It's going to have to be a 1 and a 4. I'm going to have to put my 4 here and my 1 there. All right, 3x and my negative 4, that's going to give me a negative 12x. And then in the middle, I get a negative 1x. And that's how I come up with negative 13 in the middle there. Okay, take each of these factors. This one, when you set it equal to 0, you're just going to get x equal 4. For this other factor, I'm going to do 3x minus 1 equals 0. Add 1 to both sides, I get 3x equals 1. And then divide by 3, I get x equals 1/3, or 0.333 repeating. There's that one. All right, I got one more. This one's kind of a tough one. It's going to be 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 is equal to 0. All right, for this one, we're going to have two options. In order to get an 8x squared, oh yeah, by the way, 8, 10, and 3, they don't have anything in common, so there's no GCF to factor out. It could be an 8x and an x, or it might be a 4x and a 2x. I know it's going to be different signs because of the negative, but I'm going to wait on that. Let's see here. Let's see. These two numbers, they need to multiply to give us 3, so it's got to be a 1 and a 3. Let me try my 1 here and my 3 there. And I'm going to see if I can make a 10, if I'm able to make a 10 out of this. 8x and 3, that would be a 24x. And I'd get a 1x in the middle. I cannot make a 10 out of a 24 and a 1, so that's not it. So let me try my 1 over here, and my 3 over there. Let's see about that. We would get an 8x on the outer terms, 8x times 1, and a 3x on the other. And I cannot make a 10 out of an 8x and a 3x. I know I'm going to be subtracting these, so this is not going to work. All right, so I know it's got to be the 4x and the 2x. All right, let's try the 1 here and the 3 there. Yes, this is going to do it. So I'm going to put I'm actually going to do this. 3 there and a 1 there. So the reason I know it works is because 4x and 3, that's a 12x. And then in the middle, we just get a 2x. And because we're going to be subtracting these, different signs, this does make a 10x. All right, so let me try, change my sign, or change my color here. There we go. Come on. Let me try a plus and a minus here, just to show you that it's the wrong way. 4x and 3 would make a positive 12x. And then in the middle, I'd get negative 1 and 2x. That's going to make a negative 2. But this is going to spell a positive 10x, whereas we wanted a negative 10x. So all I got to do is change the signs. So it's going to be 4x plus 1 and 2x minus 3. All right. Last bit, you just set these equal to 0. Yeah, my bad. These are equal to 0. And solve the little equations. All right, the one on the left, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides and then divide by 4. So this is negative 1 over 4. And then on the one on the right, we're going to add 3 to both sides and then divide by 2. So it's 3 and then divide by 2. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging with me.